These are more blade adaptations for Swiss Army knife. A regular utility blade, which comes in very handy. The hook cutter, and the scraper. All of these blades can be also easily part of the adaptation I don't know what you call it, adaptations to your Swiss Army knife. And I think there was a couple things here for extra comfort on your thumb. These little parts off the lighter work well on here. They just catch inside the notch there. Stops the top of the blades from digging into your thumb. And the part I forgot to mention last time, these metal cutting blades. One was the teeth on the bottom here. They do provide a bit of friction in the channel, so that it's not as likely to slide. And the other part was, if you were to actually make a couple of notches on there, like that, maybe you don't even need them as big, but a couple of notches on the in the blade, the metal cutting blade, will definitely improve the strength of its cutting ability, and it won't slide back and forth. So that was the other part that I forgot to mention in the last video. So that was the one adaptation, was the metal blade, and there's the hook blade was another, the scraper, and the regular utility cutting blade. And there was one other thing. Yeah, just to actually let you know that all of these they fit inside your kind of a standard utility blade. And you can get all these different types of cutting blades, right? And when you're tying that around, you just take advantage of the notches, which are already there. And the other part, as Felix was showing on his last video, you can also use the little hook in there for an extra catch when you are wrapping something around there, tying that around there. It does help. So that serves also as that extra function. You can run it through that little I think it's a string tightener, right? People used to use these in the old days on their hockey skates. When you get them nice and tight, you grab out pull out your Swiss arm and use that little guy on there, and reef back, get your skates, your skate laces nice and tight. So yeah, they all work the same way. They just work in that little channel there. Like I was saying, as long as the key ring isn't in the way, because I do have one model where it's in the way, but the rest of them, it's not a problem. That was that one. The other thing I wanted to mention was, well, first of all, I'll have to unravel this. I just showed you the little lighter bit and how that can be used as well. Of course, it's going to take me longer to undo it than it did to tie it here. 1 second. A little hard on me. Doing that over there. Right, and some of these, they even have an additional a hole in there as well as the notches. You can also use that, securing it in there. And, well, be careful here, don't try not to cut yourself. Okay. Yeah, those are just those ones. Ones I got and had the double-ended hook blade, hook cutter, I don't know, rope cutter, or whatever else you want to call these things. And for, like I was saying before, and sometimes the ring, it is in the way. And what you can do is you can just attach the ring to the end of the corkscrew there. So you still got a place for it. And unless you think of something better, you can save these little lighter tops, because they add for a nice little grip onto the top of the notch there. That was the other point. And there was one last thing here. Let me undo this one. Also, you can carry a paper clip, and you can feed the paper clip in on that end, inside the corkscrew, and what you can do with that is you can also use that through one of the notches for additional strength, as well as wrapping it with some kind of string or cordage or banding or strapping, and tuck it under there. So that's another little idea for paper clips. You can just carry that extra paper clip on there. And that was that one. So I think I covered everything. So there's some additional blades, which can be adapted to be used on the Swiss Army knife. And yeah, and you can also just actually carry one of these lighter tops on the end of your key ring. So you've got that handy, plus a paper clip, and these things, they're already a toolkit, right? There's a whole bunch of tools, and depending on which one you got, they're a toolkit. And now you've got all these extra cutting adaptation possibilities, and you know, it saves you from wearing out your good knife, or you know, losing its edge retention. Save that for some nicer woodworking and other kind of stuff that you would normally do. And for the rougher stuff, you know, you got all those. And yeah, that's the other point I wanted to make. Just, I mean, I don't, I don't really like sharpening knives. Okay, I'm a bit lazy, so I like to keep them, nice and sharp. And if I need to use a rougher, if I have a rougher kind of job, I'll use something else. I'll try not to use, a Swiss arm, and that'll give you some options for that anyway. And the other thing too, of course, is this is not only a metal cutting blade. This, as most people know, it cuts plastics. You can also cut wood if you're looking for a very more of a precise cut versus your, the regular wood saw on there. You could make, some more kind of precision cuts with this, and of course this will cut a whole different host of materials, plastics, metal, wood, and so forth. And so that brings me to the end of this one. These are more blade adaptations for the Swiss Army Victorinox.